All right. Hey, designers. Time to go and do some Fusion 360 work. Today we're looking at just creating a basic sketch. I've got a simple tag that I'm going to be making for my son, Flynn. Any sketch will just start with this button here. So you need a drawing to then create it into 3 dimensions. Figure out which plane you want to start on. That's the flat plane. If you were sitting down on a desk looking at that plane, that would be that plane there. You can start to see scale. Scale is a really tricky thing when there's nothing here or you don't set any actual measurements. It's hard to know in this space how big you're drawing stuff. So make sure that you set measurements to some of your first drawings. We're going to start with a simple sketch. So there's some simple sketch tools that are here. Rectangle, 2-point rectangle. Make sure you always start from the origin or the 0 point. So if you click there, you can drag out what you're after. Now the measurements for this tag, and you can see it highlighted on the left-hand side. At the moment it's set to 30. We actually want 30. So we'll press tab, it'll go to the next one, and we want the length to be 90. Press enter, and it gives you, there's your square. Using the wheel on your mouse, you can zoom in and out. If you press the wheel, you can pan just to get it in the right spot in your view. A couple things that we're looking at, we want to add a circle for the hole to go into for the tag, and we want that to be 5 mil. So again, type in exact measurements, press enter. We're then going to add some text. Under sketch, you've got text here. Starting in the bottom left-hand corner of the text, and then in this case, type in Flynn. You can see what sort of size it is at the moment, and you just want to change that height measurement. So I've got it set to 18. You can set it to bolder, italic, and the font we're going to use is Calibri. And we'll take italics off. Press OK. That's not quite as big as I wanted it. You can also change it just by clicking into it. If you go to the sketch side here, it breaks down what's happened to these two. And if I want to go into just the Flynn, it'll open up just that. All right. And in this case, we just want to change that height to get something that works for the size we want. Let's go with that. Press OK. We've got our basic style. If you use the view cube here, you can see what it looks like at different views at the moment. All right. A home view will take you back to that view, and again you can zoom in and out. If that's got all the information you need, once that first sketch is done, just press stop sketch. Get used to just getting into the view you want using that top view cube. And now we're ready to actually create a 3-dimensional object. So we want to extrude. Have a look for the shortcuts as well. So the extrude shortcut is E. You want to pick the shape that you've got. So it sees that the hole is in there, so it didn't select that. And then it also gives a direction. Right? So you can come forwards or backwards. And we're going to come forwards a specified amount, and the thickness of that is going to be 4 mil. And press enter. So now we've got our actual key tag. We want to go behind it. And if you go down here, remember I showed you sort of being able to expand sketches and see the bits that make up the sketch? You can turn them on and off with the light bulb. I'm after the lettering. And what I want to do under extrude is select the lettering. If I bring it back to my home view, you can see I could type in there that it's exactly 4 mil that I want to go up. The other thing you can look at is in here you've got the extent. So you can go distance, to object, or all. So we know that all is actually 4 mil. Either way would work. Down here, the operation as well. So join, cut, intersect, and you can just play around with those to see, how they work and what they do given, your design. Because you might find that, instead of cutting, you want to join or you want to intersect. So just keep trying with this and just keep, doing new things. Press OK. And now we've got our key tag with those bits. So if we undo that, it's a bit easier to see. The last thing we want to do is just add some curves to these edges. You could have done that in this drawing. So if we look at that drawing, you could have done it within, that rectangle and curving the edges. But the other place that you can do it is within the 3D model or the create and modify. So we're going to come here and we're going to put what's called a fillet. So when we go around, we'll select all the edges, spin it around to get that fourth one, come back to your home view, and then the radius of that will be a 5 mil radius. And you can see then that you've got your finished product. Zoom in and out using that wheel. If you want to, remember, you press to pan. If you want just the top view, there you go. All right, so we've got our Flynn tag to be able to now save that and create our working drawing from that. Make sure that you save it to your file, and thanks. It was good fun. Hopefully, ultimately, you just want to just trial and error, and it's about having your idea, and there's generally a few ways to get it done. But yeah, just don't get frustrated and be patient and stay with it. So thanks for watching the video. Now here we go. Be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, also give me some feedback, and remember, PDT is awesome. Thanks guys. Cheerio.